Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the Georgia Tech Scheller College of Business Lean Six Sigma info session. My name is Malisa Gipson, and I am the program manager for our Lean Six Sigma program. I would like to introduce our instructor, Bob Meyers. Bob Meyers is a lecturer in operations management and a 2020 recipient of the Linda and Lloyd Byers Award for Faculty Teaching Excellence. With over 20 years of university experience in the classroom, he brings a unique blend of real-world experience from a diverse set of industry roles such as Director of IT, Project Manager, QA Manager, and Engineer. He is a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt and PMP certified. He energetically lectures a wide variety of courses at both the undergraduate and graduate level. These include operations management, management of technology, global operations, managing products, service, and technology development, principles of management for engineers, and Six Sigma. Bob has also developed two courses at Scheller, Managing Process Innovation and Supply Chain Practicum. More recently, he has provided content and ongoing instruction for two business analytics courses as part of Georgia Tech's successful online Masters of Analytics program. Bob supports several independent studies each year and serves as the faculty advisor for the Undergraduate Operations Management Society, Delta Chi Delta, and Zeta Chi Alpha. I also forgot to mention that I am going to monitor the chat during the presentation, so if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll get to it as we can. All right, go ahead, Bob.
Thanks, Melissa. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to kind of start this off, hopefully by moving the picture a little bit. There we go. And, I was trying to think, at a high level, kind of the analogy, if you come and decide to take these Lean Six Sigma courses at Georgia Tech, kind of what is it that you should expect to walk away with? And to me, I kind of like to use analogies a little bit. And so to me, it's really, the goal overall here is to basically give you a new tool belt, which in essence becomes a new way of thinking about how to solve business problems. And then once you have that new tool belt, that new way of thinking is to give you a large variety of tools to help you, obviously, right, to help you solve problems. And so that's kind of the goal, if you will, at a high level. In terms of why I think Six Sigma is, Lean Six Sigma really, sorry, is the route to go, is because it's not just, as I said before, it's not just Six Sigma, it's not just Lean, it's actually the combination of the two. Okay? And we will stress this, and I do stress this in all the classes, right, is this is about solving business problems. And I want to make sure everybody's gotten that. And so what that means is that Lean Six Sigma is not the domain of a manufacturing or warehouse only. It applies across any business problem, whether that business problem, and so obviously it applies to all functions of a company. So whether we're talking finance or accounting or marketing or HR, all functions of a company, right? Organizations that have employed Lean Six Sigma over the years have documented literally billions of dollars in savings. Some companies, billions of dollars on their own, some large ones, you can think of them. Right? And then as well, from an individual standpoint, right? So you as an individual taking this course, what you'll see, and you've probably seen it if you've looked and you've been looking for a new job, is a lot of job postings will say in the qualifications, we want somebody that has Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. I firmly believe this is a skill that will always be in demand. And I also firmly believe that this is a skill that starts to set you then apart from others when you're looking at different positions or looking at providing more value at your current company. So real quickly, kind of how the course will run, it's a little bit different kind of format than maybe what you expect. We're going to actually meet, and I'll come back to the first prompt there, but the way it works is we end up doing 4 days over a period of 2 weeks. So we do a Tuesday and a Thursday, a Tuesday and a Thursday. And the way that it'll work is that there'll be 4 hours of online live, so synchronous live with me, 4 hours on Tuesday, and then there will be an additional 4 hours of asynchronous. So that means off with me, not necessarily with me there, but an additional 4 hours of material as well. So your commitment level comes to around 4 days. We've picked Tuesdays and Thursdays, so Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. Reason for that is kind of give you Monday to get into work, get things all set up, so that you can be off on Tuesday or focused here, and then come back if there's anything you got to get on Wednesday, and then Thursday, this class again, and then Friday, last day of work week. I'm going to use something I call my learn, see, do model of instruction. And so the idea is you're going to learn, in the case of these tools, you'll learn the tool. Then I want you to see an example of the tool in use. And then I'm going to follow that right up with having you do, you literally doing, right? Because most of us learn best by doing, particularly adult learners, we learn by doing. So then having you do, or actually pick up and use the tool, if you will. In terms of connectivity, not really connectivity, but in terms of software, we will use something called Canvas, which is what Georgia Tech uses as their learning management system. It's basically just, that's where the online class will be, is within the software called Canvas. And for the different assignments and activities that we'll do, you'll need Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. And it can, it can be on Windows, it can be on Mac, that's fine. Okay? And then finally, what you should expect is that while we have these half-day synchronous sessions on Tuesday, Thursday, I'm also available outside of those. So if you have other questions, you send me an email if we need to talk, and then we'll schedule a time to hop on a Blue Jeans session and we'll have a chat as well. It's not a problem, right? My goal is that you learn, and my goal is for everybody that comes through this program is that they leave here with a solid, and I mean solid foundation and the understanding of how to do Six Sigma projects, and they're able to take those and really just rock it at their company and bring value and solve business problems day in and day out. Okay. Now, we offer two kinds of programs here. There's a green belt program and there's a certificate program, and then there's a black belt. Okay? And the green belt, in order to get green belt certified, you've got to attend all of the synchronous sessions, all 4 of the days. You have to complete all the assignments with an 80% or better. And then you have 1 year to complete and approve project. So basically, I want you to apply this just in the whole spirit of learn, see, do. You need to do, and so you have to do a complete, what we're going to call a DMAIC project. It's a project that you source, you go find. My feeling is, for most people, if the company's paying for it, which is not always the case, but often is, the best way to give them a return on value on that money is to right away do a project and do it at the company you're at. So we give you a year to do the project. Okay. Black belt certification requires that you complete the green belt program. And notice that it says on here with or without a project. Okay. One option you've got here is if you do green belt, you're going to go to black belt, is just wait to go to black belt. Don't do a project at green belt. You can do a project at black belt. That's kind of where that goes. You can also do projects in both. Now, the reason I say you can wait is, here's the deal. If I get a black belt, am I ever going to say that I'm green belt certified? No, I'm black belt certified. So where I'm kind of hitting at here is then to get the black belt, you just have to have taken the green belt course, completed the assignments with the 80, and then the black belt course will have another set of 4 sessions. And then you got to do those, get the 80% on all the assignments there, and then also you get a year to then complete a project. So we've got, in the near future here, we've got 2 dates coming up for green belt program, 2 dates for black belt program. You'll see the next green belt is going to be offered here at the end of the month. And then we've got another one coming up in June. Black belt's going to be the end of April with a second course in early August. Going back to, and this is a question, by the way, that I'll get from time to time is okay, I go take it, I learn this Lean Six Sigma concept, I get my green belt or black belt, but how long will it be around for, or will I really always be able to use it? And my answer is, oh my gosh, yes. Aside from the fact that what I don't have on here is the fact that almost every company, actually really every company you go into, they have business problems every day. Or if you want to look at it differently, they need to make things better, faster, cheaper, easier. If you want to take an improvement mindset, fine, right? But it's always going to be there. And I think there's 2 reasons. Well, there's 2 reasons, and I've got them on the right as to why there will always be a need for improvement. The one is what your customers want changes over time. And as a result, the best way to provide product or service will change. And then the second part is the technology available to you to provide that product or service will change over time. There will be new technologies that happen tomorrow that aren't here today. And so as those technologies change, the best way to provide for you to provide will change, and as customers' desires change. And so with those two alone, you will always be, I believe, in a state where Lean Six Sigma tools and methodology will be useful for you. I also put in here real quickly, and because this is what I see oftentimes at companies is, in many cases, you go into a company and let's just say, I'll keep it simple, but they've got a series of, say, 6 or 7 steps for a process. Somebody in this, let's say this third step here, they will have done all they can to optimize this third step as much as possible. And in fact, they will have done such a good job at optimizing this process right here that if I go back, if I go back and look at this entire process, it is not optimal. It's just slower, right? So what I'm getting at is local optimization here does not translate to global optimization. And so oftentimes with Lean Six Sigma, taking a look at the entire process, you start to go, oh, that we need to change to optimize this overall process. So I kind of want to wrap this up, and I know we'll take questions if there are any, but I just I like this, this quote from Charles Darwin, which says, "It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change." And that's a big part about what Lean Six Sigma is. It's using, by the way, data, right, to make changes to solve business problems. So with that, Melissa, I'm happy to open up to questions.
All right. I put it in the chat to ask anyone if they had any questions. And as of right now, I don't see a question. Hold on one second. Will, would you like to speak?
Hello, yes. I wanted to ask, I know there are plenty of Lean Six Sigma programs out there for green belt and black belt.
Yep.
And being a graduate from tech, always a fan of coming back. And so I just wanted to hear what separates this program out from the other Lean Six Sigma belt courses.
No, great question. So one of them is that, this is project based, right? So the certification is not that you were able to memorize a bunch of definitions and regurgitate them in an online exam, right? The certification is, you've shown me, how to identify projects, how to write the problem statements, how to collect the initial set of data to get the current state of your process, then how to properly analyze and determine the root causes, right, that are leading to whatever your issue is. You know how to, and by the way, in the Greenbelt course, we go into how to come up with ideas for improvement a whole lot more than any other program I've seen. We go into it real deep. We also then leverage there's a couple good lean tools that I've used and multiple times in industry, and we'll pull those in there as well, and then putting in controls to make sure that the improvement you get stays. But again, all that encapsulated in you do a project. And you continue, by the way, to get my assistance as well as you go along throughout the year. I didn't say it in there, and I probably should have, but once the quote, 4 days is over, you've got that year to get a project done. It's not like it's not like I'm gone and I'm unavailable. So I'm still there. You go, hey, I think I've got this, I've got it worked out to where I think I've got my problem statement. I'm now starting to collect data, but I'm having this issue. And so you've got somebody to go to for that follow-up.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for that.
No, yeah, actually, I have just a little bit more now I thought about, Melissa. And then in the black belt, we'll go through theory of constraints quite a bit, because that ends up being, when we talk about local optimization is not global optimization. That's where you can see, something like theory of constraints getting used and being helpful and useful, and increasing throughput of a given system.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you have any additional questions?
None right now. No.
Okay. Well, if you do have any additional questions, you can email lean6sigma@scheller.guytech.edu, and I will be more than happy to assist you with any of the questions. If I can't answer anything, I will forward it to Bob, and Bob will make sure that you get an answer to your question, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.